From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, if you like the weather over the last week, I think you're going to like the weather over the next week. Not much of a major change. In fact, it may get a little bit hotter into next week before maybe more substantial changes about 8 or 9, 10 days down the road. More on that in just a bit. First off, though, let's take a look at video as shot by our chief videographer, Justin Terreau, videographer extraordinaire. An all-around nice guy, too. Mostly sunny skies, flat cumulus clouds. This has been the story pretty much over the last several days. The story again tomorrow. Maybe a few more clouds tomorrow, Saturday. Rain chances ever so slight Saturday, but mainly southwest Louisiana and back into eastern Texas. So let's kick it upstairs. Take a look at the main dominating feature, this ridge of high pressure. With time, it's going to slide off to the east and build. That starts Sunday. But meanwhile, some tropical moisture trying to slip northward over the next day or two will allow for a few more clouds tomorrow, more so Saturday, and then maybe a slight chance of a shower, but that's mainly going to be back into eastern Texas. The tropics busy. Here's that, a little bit of a tropical wave, not doing much. Upper level low that I'm keeping an eye on. Tropical storm Karen, more on that in just a bit, and then major hurricane Lorenzo, which is going to make a turn and move out to sea. Fortunately, it's a category 4 storm, 140 mile-an-hour winds. Excellent satellite representation here, and this is bucking very close to a Cat 5 over the next 24 to 48 hours before eventually weakening. No threat to the western hemisphere, and that is the good news. Meanwhile, Karen looks to be going on its last legs. We'll see. We had a burst of convection mainly well north and west of the center of the low. Now it's somewhere around here, the center of the circulation. Just 45 mile per hour winds, and the hurricane center thinking it's going to bump into that ridge and get increased shear, and then will eventually weaken to a remnant low. We look at the tropical models after that. They are insisting that the remnant circulation may go to the west, but no real direct threats to the U.S. or the Gulf of Mexico at this point, and that's the good news. Now, as we look at the European model, we're looking at the moisture channel here. It stays hot and dry. We're mostly in the blue area as we head into the weekend. There's that moisture coming up the Texas coast with that tropical wave. Maybe a shower or two over toward Lake Charles, but we'll keep rain chance in the 10% range for Saturday, and then that ridge of high pressure rebuilds in the region. So we stay in the blue nice and dry. All this tropical moisture still pooling. That looks to be the remnants of Karen, and then that kind of dissipates, and we'll just be watching this large blob of tropical moisture. Not much change into next week with the ridge of high pressure overhead, but as we go down the road, the European model not indicating any development in this large area of tropical moisture, but the GFS and Perillo actually thinking this might be an area to watch. Northwest, Western Caribbean, perhaps Southeastern Gulf. Toward the end of the following weekend, a week from this weekend, maybe some tropical moisture moving into the region, so we should see some more substantial rain chances if that forecast were to pan out. Temperatures tonight near 74 low in Lafayette. Could see upper 60s again tomorrow morning. We were 67 in Lafayette this morning. That's not too bad. Upper 80s tomorrow, limited by a breeze out of the south tomorrow night. A little bit warmer and more humid, low to mid 70s, and then as we head into Saturday, upper 80s to near 90, a little bit of a heat index as well. So here's your forecast. Temperatures upper 80s to lower 90s over the next several days. Actually, the next 8 days more than likely, with minimal rain chances, and then maybe a better chance of showers as we go into the following weekend. And what is the date I said we were going to have a cool front?
October 8th.
October the 8th.
I'm doubling down on that.
All right.
Okay.
Big
So there we
headline
go.
there. All
There
right.
you
Thanks,
go.
Rob.